What's going on, Guardians? BriarRabbit here, and this is Destiny, the Week in Review, the video where I discuss the past week's events in Destiny. So before we get started, I want to talk about the gameplay a little bit. I was grinding with this sniper rifle. I wanted to level it up and get a ton of clips, so when I did my review, I had a bunch of clips I could use to show you guys how it performed in PvP. And to do that, I camped, and you're going to see that a lot in this video. I was really trying to hold down C and snipe at B during this control match, so you're going to see me kind of locking down this area, playing super conservative. You're not going to see any rushing at all in this video. Just a warning, please forgive me. So, the week in review, man, it was a pretty eventful week, but not really for the right reasons. You know, we had PSN and Xbox Live go down because the Lizard Squad hacked it. And that really sucked because it started on Christmas Eve, and it really wasn't up till 2 or 3 days later. In fact, there's people in my comments that are still saying it's not up, and today is Monday. So, you know, it's just been a rough week. If you want to know my thoughts on the Lizard Squad and all this hacking business, you can watch the Beastly Thoughts show. We get pretty into it there. It gets pretty heated discussing this topic. I don't really want to get into it now because I'm sick of talking about these assholes. I'm just done with it. So I'll refer you guys to the Beastly Thoughts show where we go over it in depth. The other thing, obviously, it was Christmas, so there's a lot of people, you know, focusing on Christmas and family as opposed to Destiny, and that's one of the things I was doing. So for me, in Destiny this week, it was really about not playing. It was about doing bounties. I did a lot of bounties because ever since Xur started selling these upgrades, ever since the Dark Below was released and I had to re-upgrade all of my old weapons like the Suros Regime and Thorn and the Last Word and all this stuff that I'd previously gone through the full upgrade tree with, I then went to Xur, got the upgrade for him, the new upgrade for him, and now have to grind all of those weapons back up. And I got to be honest with you, I think that sucks. At first, when I heard about it, I wasn't that upset about it. But now, there's just so many weapons that I'm doing with this with. Basically, every exotic that I've gotten up to this point, I have to level up again. And it is taking forever, you know? And, you know, today, every day, it seems to be like it's like this daily grind. What bounties do they have? Do all the bounties on each character trying to level up all of that gear. And it's taken a long time. So far, I think I've completed Suros. Galahorn is like halfway done. I don't even know where I'm at with it all. So it's a lot easier to go through that upgrade tree and all that grinding on a brand new weapon. Something you just got. Like if I got Hawkmoon, I'm going to have no problem grinding that out because I can't wait to get that thing fully upgraded and see what it's truly capable of. But I know what the Suros Regime is capable of. I already had it fully upgraded. So going through that grind of getting it all the way upgraded, it just feels repetitive to me. And I'm really hoping that for the House of Wolves, the next DLC, the next big update for Destiny, I'm hoping that they change this system because I don't like it and I don't want to do it over and over again. I'm not going to want to re-upgrade these things to whatever the new upgraded damage is, 366 or whatever, because I just find it repetitive, and even the second time is repetitive, so the third time is going to really piss me off. So, Destiny, Bungie, please don't do this. Please change this for House of Wolves, because this sucks. It's not a good system. What else have I been doing? I did get some new weapons, but nothing truly notable. I'm not even going to go through the character screen so I can show you off the stuff I got. I got a new pulse rifle. I don't really like pulse rifles, so I dismantled it right away. I got the Devil You Don't twice. One of them has Field Scout on it, so I am going through and upgrading those, or that one that has Field Scout, because the problem with the Devil You Don't is that it's only got a 5-round magazine, which sucks. It's just not enough bullets in the magazine to make that gun worth its weight. But getting Field Scout on it did make it somewhat interesting. So I'm upgrading that. We'll see how it performs. Once I've got a pretty good handle on what I think about that gun, I may or may not do a review. I may just offhand mention that this gun sucks because that's pretty much what I suspect at this point. There is a really good hand cannon for sale at the Crucible vendor. And I've been playing a lot of Crucible to get those marks so that I can buy that. There's two things that I actually need Crucible marks for right now. One is sold by the New Monarchy. I think it's called the Vanquisher 8. And it's a really good auto rifle that, straight out of the box is basically going to perform like the Soros regime with a smaller magazine. So that is a really good weapon. I can't wait to get it. And then there's a hand cannon that's sold from the Crucible vendor. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the Fall Will Probably Kill You, or TFPKY, or 1969, something like that. I can't remember the name of it exactly. I definitely want to get my hands on that hand cannon because I really like using hand cannons. But I really like having legendary hand cannons to kind of go. So, like, if I'm using my Thorn, right? But I've come up against the boss, I like switching to maybe Icebreaker or maybe my Galahorn, so that I can do massive damage on that boss, because hand cannons are not great for boss fights. So what I like to do is switch out my Thorn, or switch out my Last Word, or switch out whatever exotic weapon I'm using for a primary, and put a legendary weapon in its place, such as a hand cannon. The Devil You Know was a great hand cannon for that purpose, but I haven't come across another hand cannon yet that really fills that purpose. So I'm really looking forward to trying out that new one from the Crucible vendor, but I just haven't been able to grind out enough Crucible marks to buy it yet. But once I do, expect a full review on that weapon, because I really am expecting big things from that. I've also been really grinding out Erisborn bounties, and to be honest with you, I'm getting a little sick of her too. You have to grind a ton of bounties to get her reputation level up, and you really want to get her reputation level up because the rewards are so strong. However, combined with the amount of grinding I've been doing to do bounties so I can get my exotics leveled back up, I've been in bounty overload. So actually today I just said, you know what, I'm not doing bounties today. I'm just going to jump into the raid. I'm going to play some Crucible. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to do the stuff inside Destiny that I really like doing, because I know there are a lot of people who don't like the Crucible, but I really do enjoy it. I have a great time when I'm playing the Crucible. And of course the raids are a blast. I got on with kind of a random group to do the Crota's End raid with my Titan, and I had a ball. We were joking around. We had a great time. We ran through most of it. We got stuck for, I don't know, around 45 minutes on Crota himself, because we had a couple of new guys who had never tried it before. So it always takes a little bit of timing, a little bit of getting to know each player, and figuring out how fast you can actually take down Crota's shields. All of that stuff combines to, it just takes a little bit of time once you hit Crota to kind of figure out how exactly the best way to do this is. We had a new first timer with the sword, so that that was a new experience for him. He had to get used to that. So it took about 45 minutes. We got it done. People were getting a little bit frustrated toward the end, which I understand at this point, but I mean, we are playing a video game, so relax a little bit. But overall, it was a really fun raid group, and I had a blast doing it. So that's where I'm moving forward into the next week, is I'm going to relax on these bounties. I'm going to let the weapons upgrade a little bit more naturally instead of just grinding bounties over and over again. And I'm going to play some Crucible. I'm going to get into the raid, and I'm going to have some fun with Destiny, because this week it was grindy, and then the PlayStation Store went down, or the PlayStation Network went down, and I don't know, it just felt like a mess of a week for Xbox. I got bad drops. I actually did the Crota's End raid today with my Titan, and I did not get a weapon drop for beating Crota, which I thought was almost guaranteed. All I got was shards, which I didn't even think that could happen. So I'm going to wash this week away. This week is going to go by the wayside. Next week, I'm definitely going to get Hawkmoon. I'm definitely going to get the Black Hammer, and everything's going to be okay. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.